President Bola Ahmed Tinubu departs for Paris, France on a short working visit. Edo State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal dismisses Action Alliance's petition, says matters raised are pre-election issues. World Autism Awareness Day. First Lady Oluremi Tinubu urges Nigerians to embrace neurodiversity. Hello and thanks for joining us on the news desk at 3 on NTA News 24. I am Stella Inameti. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has departed for Paris, France on a short working visit. The presidential flight took off from the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport at about 2:30 Wednesday afternoon. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu, and some cabinet members bid farewell to the president at departure. A statement by the Presidential Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, indicates that during the visit, the president will appraise his administration's midterm performance and assess key milestones. He will also use the retreat to review the progress of ongoing reforms and engage in strategic planning ahead of his administration's second anniversary. Mr. Nanuga also added that a period of reflection will inform plans to deepen ongoing reforms and accelerate national development priorities in the coming year. He pointed out that recent economic strides reinforce the president's commitment to these efforts, as evidenced by the Central Bank of Nigeria reporting a significant increase in net foreign exchange reserves to $23.11 billion, a testament to the administration's fiscal reforms since 2023, when net reserves were $3.99 billion. By the way, President Tinubu will remain fully engaged with his team and continue to oversee governance activities. The president is expected to return to Nigeria in about a fortnight. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved a sweeping reconstitution of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company NNPC Limited Board, removing the chairman, Chief Pius Akinyelure, and the Group Chief Executive Officer, Malam Melek Kolo Kyari. President Tinubu removed all other board members appointed with Akinyelure and Kyari in November 2023. The new 11-man board has Engineer Bashir Bayo Ojulari as the group CEO and Amadu Musa Kida as non-executive chairman. Adedakbo Shegun, who replaced Umaru Isa Ajia, is the chief financial officer last November, has been appointed to the new board by President Tinubu. 6 board members, non-executive directors, represent the country's geopolitical zones. They are Bello Rabiu, Northwest, Yusuf Usman, Northeast, and Babs Omotowa, a former managing director of the Nigerian Liquefied Natural Gas, who represents North Central. President Tinubu appointed Austin Avuru as a non-executive director from the South-South, David Ige as a non-executive director from the Southwest, and Henry Obi as a non-executive director from the Southeast. Mrs. Lydia Shehu Jafia, Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Finance, will represent the ministry on the new board, while Aminu Said Ahmed will represent the Ministry of Petroleum Resources. All the appointments are effective today, April 2nd. All forms of mob actions and jungle justice at any level or in any part of the country must never be allowed. This was the firm position of guests on Good Morning Nigeria as they called for judiciary reforms that would strengthen the criminal justice system in Nigeria. Thomas Ogbetere has the details.
The unfortunate lynching in Uromi have sent shocking waves across Nigeria, sparking widespread condemnation. Guest on Good Morning Nigeria, while discussing this effort made by the governor of Edo State in Kano, commended both governors and other well-meaning Nigerians for their role in de-escalating the situation. The guest called for proper supervision, harmonization, training, and regulations of all vigilante groups across Nigeria. They also stressed that Nigerians must appreciate the ethics of allowing the law to take its full course and avoid any form of mob action.
Those who meted out that jungle justice did not anticipate the reaction that will follow it. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have done what they did. So that, for me, should be something that all of us as a people should realize.
The governor has applied wisdom and problem-solving approach to issues. He has shown compassion and empathy. And this is what a leader should be. This is good leadership.
The guest noted that parents have a vital role to play in inculcating good values in their children. They also emphasized that the National Orientation Agency should continue its efforts to educate and promote peace and love among citizens. Additionally, they called on security agencies to build and strengthen trust among Nigerians.
When any incident occurs, you have to first and foremost ensure that you bring in some level of sanity.
I think we can do better, and it's a wake-up call that we have learned lessons. And of course, commendably, we have seen a radical departure, from previous instances and the responses.
They also urged Nigerians to see one another as brothers and sisters, regardless of tribe, class, or creed, in the spirit of unity and peaceful coexistence. In Abuja, Thomas Ogbetere, NTA News.
The Edo State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja has dismissed the petition filed by the Action Alliance political party challenging the announcement and return of Monday Okpebholo of the All Progressives Congress as winner of the September 21, 2024 election. The three-man panel of justices observed that the petitioner and its candidate, Tom Isegohi Okeje, lacks the local standard to file the case. Moreover, the issues they raised are pre-election related. There was a dispute over whether Adekunle Omoaje is the party's rightful national chairman, legally empowered to submit the name of its candidates to INEC. Also, the AA's Tom Isegohi Okeje was reported to have withdrawn from the election few days to the time, adding more confusion to the party's case. The community policing initiative in the Federal Capital Territory has taken a new turn today in Garki, Abuja. Police management, officers and personnel took to the streets for a community outreach. This exercise is part of a 6-day lineup of activities by the Police High Command to commemorate National Police Day 2025. Correspondent Onotu Yakubu reports.
It is 6 o'clock Wednesday morning. Operatives of the FCT Police Command, led by the Commissioner of Police, CP Ajao Adewale, stormed Garki village. This time around, it is not the usual operation. The target is not to arrest a suspect. Rather, is it designed to rid the community of suspected criminals. This time, the target is for community service. All done in white t-shirts and camouflage trousers, the cavalry this time wields unconventional weapons compared to the usual AK-47 rifle and 9mm Barita pistol. The suspects are the littered streets, the clogged and overflowing gutters, as well as sewage channels in Garki village. The cavalry was confident that rakes and shovels would do to get the suspects behind bar. Commander of the operation, Ajao Saka Adewale, pulled the first trigger.
In line with the philosophy of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Olukayode Adeolu Egbetokun, PAD. The police is part of the community. We exist because the community exists. We are here to give back to the community, the society we serve, what we can equally offer.
The gesture is one born out of the quest to own the communities they are policing, underscoring the theme for this year's celebration, say no to crime. Off the streets, the team took the advocacy to the Sape's Palace, drawing support for both law enforcement and the public in tackling issues of security.
We have been making sure, calling our people, that we should make sure that we take note of anything that would destabilize or cause any confusion within the chiefdom. So we want to assure you, with your coming, we are going to collaborate with you, collaborate with your men, your officers, so that we'll be able to achieve the maximum result while you have been posted here.
The command expressed gratitude to the IGP's visionary leadership and commitment to community policing to modernize and reform the police. In Abuja, Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, has called on all Nigerians to embrace neurodiversity, advocate for inclusion, and work together to create a society where every individual has the opportunity to excel. This is in her message marking this year's World Autism Awareness Day, joining millions around the world in recognizing and celebrating the incredible potential of individuals living with the autism spectrum disease. The First Lady notes that the theme of the day, advancing neurodiversity and the UN Sustainable Development Goals, is a reminder that being considerate of people living with autism is not just a moral responsibility, but a vital pillar of sustainable development. She describes neurodiversity as a beautiful testament to human uniqueness, noting, however, that many individuals with autism continue to face discrimination in accessing quality education, healthcare, employment, and social acceptance, despite efforts to achieve the SDGs, especially SDG 4 and 8, that covers access to quality education and economic opportunities for all. The Nigeria Immigration Service has intercepted 51 Malian migrants in New Nyanya, Nasarawa State. In a statement, the service public relations officer, Akinsola Akinlabi, says the arrest follows credible intelligence on Monday, March 31st, 2025. The group, consisting of 40 males and 11 females aged 16 to 19, had no valid travel documents and are now in custody for further investigation to determine potential involvement in human trafficking or smuggling. The Nigeria Immigration Service reaffirms its commitment to border security and urges the public to report suspicious migration activities. This is the News Desk at 3 on NTA News 24. More stories after this break.
Celebrate Ramadan with Bafi and enjoy up to 40% off on selected products from living room, dining room, bedroom, and royal sets. Pay less, save more, and refresh your home for iftar gatherings and cherished moments with family and friends. Visit our showrooms in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu, or shop online to enjoy our exclusive Ramadan sale. Let's make this Ramadan unforgettable.
Welcome back. Nigeria is strengthening its bilateral ties with Algeria as Air Algeria launches its inaugural flight to Abuja. A statement by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs says this new route is set to enhance regional connectivity and boost trade and tourism between the two nations. It says the flight will operate on the Algiers-Abuja Douala route starting April 6, 2025. As Nigeria welcomes Air Algeria's inaugural flight, it is hoping that this move will have a positive impact on the country's economy and its relationship with Algeria. The statement says increased air connectivity will further provide opportunities for businesses to expand their operations, tourists to explore new destinations, and people to connect with each other more easily. Nigeria's railway sector remains holding immense prospects and potential to transform the country's socio-economic growth and prosperity. Transport correspondent Ladi Bala examines the vital role of private sector participation in accelerating an effective railway system in Nigeria.
Decades after independence, Nigeria's railway system remains a work in progress. Despite successive administration's efforts, the sector still needs significant transformation to meet its full potential. However, the current administration has shown willingness to make the railway system more effective. Experts agree that government alone cannot drive this process. Private sector participation is essential to unlock the sector's true potential.
But it's open, the opportunity is there to invest. Okay, it will generate employment, it will create competition, which is very necessary between them, this type of operator and railway corporation, which is also an operator. So, and that will bring what? To bring better services to the people. You can actually invest in infrastructure as a private sector person, okay, by direct investment, or you want to join government by PPP.
According to experts, the railway sector is Nigeria's next oil waiting to be harnessed.
Government can incentivize the private sector, can kickstart the opportunities for the private sector. In most of the developed economies, actually government takes it upon themselves to move people and goods on rail. By building good road networks, you'll find that private entities will become interested, get into that space and start to maximize the opportunity and the value chain.
With private sector involvement, this vital mode of transportation can be transformed and drive socio-economic growth. In Abuja, Ladi Bala, NTA News.
And earlier we told you that the Edo State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal has dismissed 2 petitions challenging the victory of Monday Okpebholo as governor. The 3-man judicial tribunal headed by Justice Wilfred Pochi gave the order in Abuja. Joining us live is our judiciary correspondent, Dile Atumbi. Dile, would like you to give us an update of the verdict so far. Can you hear us, Dele? Can you give us an update of the verdicts so far? Okay, we'll be back to Dele.
Talk to me. Who is the newscaster, please? Okay,
we'll continue and then get back to Dele as soon as we connect with him. Motorists have lauded the ongoing reconstruction of the 18-kilometer Akure-Ado dual carriageway, commending the efforts of the federal government in approving the repairs of the long-abandoned, dilapidated road. However, they want speedy completion of the road for smoother transportation and economic benefits. Ifeoluwa Omosule reports.
The Akure-Ado Road serves as a vital economic and transportation corridor connecting Ondo State's capital to Ado-Ekiti. The ongoing reconstruction is to transform the route into a dual carriageway, enhancing accessibility and reducing travel time. Motorists who have begun to see progress expressed appreciation for the commitment of the federal government, but appealed for speedy completion to alleviate daily commuting difficulties.
So we pray that it continues like this. If it continues the way it's going, before the year runs out, they should be able to complete it.
Unlike before, we used like 2 hours before we could even get to Ado-Ekiti. But now it's not even up to 1 hour before we get there.
Federal Controller of Works, Ondo State, Olajide Hussein, assured that contractors are working diligently to ensure timely completion of the project, emphasizing the determination of government to ease transportation burden along the route.
We have achieved about 10 kilometers of binder on a single carriageway. Out of 18 kilometers, the distance between Akure and Ado-Ekiti is 18 kilometers. So we have achieved 10 kilometers of binder.
As work continues on the 18-kilometer stretch, stakeholders remain hopeful that the project will be completed on schedule, thereby bringing lasting relief to road users. In Akure, Ifeoluwa Omoshile, NTA News.
I've just been told that Dele is standing by. Dele, what's the verdict? Can you give us an update?
Well, 3 petitions were filed before the Edo State Election Petition Tribunal, and as at the time that we are talking now, it is right to say that 2 of the petitions have been dismissed. The first petition has to do with Action Alliance petition, and all the matters they raised have to do with pre-election matters. That is, this petition supposed to have been filed before the Federal High Court and within 14 days. It has nothing to do with the election that was conducted on the 21st of September 2024. Any pre-election matters is expected to be filed before the Federal High Court, not before the tribunal. So that shows this tribunal does not have any jurisdiction over the matter that they brought before it. And for our court party, the candidate of the party stepped down and joined the APC as at that time to support the party. And now that the deputy governorship candidate as at that time is now coming before the tribunal to say that he was denied access by the fact that his picture did not appear in the ballot or on the ballot. The tribunal dismissed it because there was no proof, and that INEC had equally told the candidate as at that time that it was too short for the 2 days to election was too short for them to impute his name or his picture on the ballot. And now what the tribunal is handling now is the issue of the PDP. And if you take a look at the results of the election, the incumbent governor had 291,667 votes, and the PDP and its candidate, they have over 244,000 votes. So the tribunal is now adjudicating over the matter brought before it, and that is what the tribunal will come out with, and it will come out with a verdict. 2 had been dismissed. The tribunal is now adjudicating over the 3rd petition.
So what are the expectations as it is now?
Well, the expectations are high, and the truth of the matter is that as at the time I'm talking to you, both PDP, APC supporters are in court. The court hall is filled to the brim, and the people are expectant, and it is the decision of the tribunal that would tell the Nigerians at the end of the day. We can't take a position because the decision of the tribunal is being read as at the time I'm talking to you.
Okay, many thanks, Dele, for that update. Moving on now. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu felicitates Professor Anthony Adegbulugbe, the Chancellor of Joseph Ayo Babalola University, Ikeji, Arakeji, Osun State, on his 70th birthday. President Tinubu lauds Professor Adegbulugbe for his exemplary achievements and significant contributions to academia, evangelism, business, and philanthropy. The president acknowledges Professor Adegbulube's remarkable academic journey, highlighting his 1976 graduation with a first-class degree in electrical engineering from the University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University, with a perfect grade point average of 5.0, an extraordinary accomplishment that distinguished him early in his career. President Tinubu expresses confidence in Professor Adegbulube's continued pursuit of excellence and is optimistic about his ongoing contributions to the nation's development. He extends warm wishes to Professor Adegbulube and his wife, Princess Afolake Adegbulube, for many more years filled with good health and abundant blessings. Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, felicitates with the Olu of Warri, His Royal Majesty Ogiame Atunwase III, on the occasion of his birthday. In a congratulatory message, the First Lady prays for God's abundant blessings upon the monarch, his family, and the entire Warri Kingdom, wishing him many more birthday celebrations in divine health, joy, peace, and prosperity. And that concludes the News Desk at 3 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Stella Inameti.